Hey, thanks for tuning in. Today I just wanted to film pick up this video as obviously I've picked up a lot since my last video, around 4 or 5 months of collecting. Normally this is not however much I can pick up in that time. I've just been getting really good deals, keep an eye out on local and online, and luckily I got lucky this last while. I basically sorted everything into the bundles I got them in. I'm not going to go in any particular order or anything, I'm just going to run through everything, show you it all, and also show you the shelf as that's changed a little bit. Mainly because of this PS4 stack I have. If you remember from the last video, I had maybe 10 PS4 games. So I basically 4x'd it in one lot. I paid 160 bucks for all games other than a couple that I didn't have and wanted to play. I'll quickly run through them all. The only ones that weren't part of this bundle are Guardians of the Galaxy there. And I think there was 3 or 4 other games I got in a different bundle, but I just don't remember what they are off the top of my head. They were all put away already, so I don't remember exactly what the bundle was. But most of the stack was 160 bucks. Just a crazy deal. Especially for games that I'm going to play. Can't go wrong. Just going to move all these out of the way here. My most recent pickup, which was about a week ago, was this NES and GameCube bundle. Basically, it's a NES, as you know, 2 controllers. One's official, one is not. A GameCube, a couple memory cards with the Game Boy player, aftermarket controller, stack of Nintendo games, and GameCube games, and one PS4 game they throw in as well. NES games, 2 copies of Adventure Link. I have the gold, I'll keep a better condition copy. Don't have the gray, so I'm going to keep that. Basically, keep all the rest of the NES games other than Super Mario 3, as I don't have the rest of them. We got stacked down. They're all in decent enough shape. So, one I didn't know before this bundle came up for sale is that you can get aftermarket Game Boy player discs. I've always wanted the Game Boy player, but of course the discs are the hard part to find. And I had no idea you could buy them aftermarket, or bootleg, whatever you want to call it. But basically it showed me it's a regular GameCube disc. It's actually an actual GameCube game. They basically burn the disc with the software from the Game Boy player. There's a little instruction sheet in here, but you load up the game, press start or something, and then it just boots up the Game Boy player. And I guess you can put in different cartridges of the Game Boy player and keep going until you change the GameCube disc. Then you just have to go in the menu and press start again. I just want to play more Game Boy games at some point, so I'm just happy to have the ability to play it on the TV, because I'd rather play it on the TV than the handheld personally. So now I have the option. I'd still prefer the original disc, of course, but I mean, that's a pretty good option. I forgot to say, this whole bundle was $200. The Nintendo and the GameCube without the player, I'm going to sell separately. I can easily get $100 out of both of them, especially with the GameCube games that came with it. Wind Waker, player's choice. I don't believe there's a manual in here. Yeah, just a disc, but it's in decent shape. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. And then you throw in Call of Duty Modern Warfare PS4. You had a little stack, that's the one I picked out, and just said just have it. So I figure $100 Nintendo, probably not too bad, especially with Zelda. $100 for GameCube with a couple games. Should be able to get my money back out of that deal. And get a Game Boy player out of it and some Nintendo games, so can't go wrong with that. So I picked up a Switch Lite. It's in really nice shape. Came with the charger and 3 games. The games were Breath of the Wild, Super Mario 3D World, and then this did not come with it. What else came with it, I believe, it's been a while now, was Animal Crossing. I traded that for Fire Emblem. I've gotten really into Switch collecting. I think it's what's pursued me to collect a little bit harder than I have been lately. And I've liked buying games to trade for other games I don't have. So these 2 came with it, as long as Animal Crossing. Breath of the Wild I already have. It's going with the system when I sell it. Super Mario 3D World I didn't have, so I'm going to be keeping that one. And then trade Animal Crossing Fire Emblem, which I didn't have. So that's a good trade for me if it's one game I don't have. But it works fine. I'm going to end up selling it as I have a normal Switch, and I may have got another Switch, as you can see. The case actually I bought separately at Value Village for $3. I thought it was a normal Switch case, but it turns out to be a light. I'd like to keep it, but I'm not keeping light, so that'll go with it. We can go down here. I bought this little bundle, I think for $20, 4 Switch games, mainly for Katamari. There's also This is the Police, Resident Evil, which is a little tricky because the one game is on the cartridge, the other one you have to download, which is kind of in my opinion. And then LA Noire, which is only a digital game, which again, I like physical. But for $20, got Katamari. I can't complain. We'll continue with the Switch stuff. I got Pokemon Snap for $20. I don't know why the person was selling it so cheap, but for $20, I picked it right up. I've seen it sell multiple times since for $60, $70, so don't know why they're selling it so cheap, but I'll take it. I got another copy of Mario Odyssey. I already had it, but I got this for $30. This one's to trade or sell for other games, so that'll be one going up for trade soon. I got Ori off an Amazon Warehouse deal, and also Paper Mario off an Amazon Warehouse deal. I played through Paper Mario about halfway now, still working on it. I haven't played this yet, but I'm really excited to. Only problem with this one, the art is a little wavy, but it does come with the cool little art inserts, whatever you want to call it. Just a bunch of different pieces there. Pretty cool. I believe Paper Mario was around 40. I think this is also around 40. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm just going off my memory here, which isn't great. So, picked up those couple. Excited to play those. Also, warehouse deal. The Mario Bros. Game & Watch. I believe, again, it was $35. Played around with it a little bit. Seems pretty fun. I'll probably end up playing it more. And, of course, now that I have that, I want to look for the Zelda one as well. But haven't seen it pop up for sale yet. So this stack here, I was out of town for work. I just happened to check Marketplace in that area, and they had a bunch of games for sale, nothing crazy, other than this one, which seems like a $30, $40 game, PS2 RPG. It's actually in pretty nice shape, the manual and everything. They're asking $3 for that, and $5 each for 360 games. I would have only bought that one probably, but I only had a 10 on me, so they took 10 for all 3 games. I can't complain. I'll definitely play Batman at some point. Might try Soul Calibur. Never been super into fighting games, but I'll give it a try. Couple games here. There's actually guys selling a ton of games at his garage sale, but it was like a gaming garage sale, I guess. Tried to buy some more, but he wouldn't deal on them as much, so I ended up picking these two up for $10. Don't know much about them. I've heard of both of them, but just don't know much about them. Figured I'd pick them up. Alrighty, sorry about the cut there. I had to kind of run off because the Switch Lite that I had is now gone. I traded it for something, and I will show you at the end of the video. It's been a couple days now. Didn't have time to finish the video that night, but I ended up trading it for something pretty crazy, so I'll show you that at the end of the video here. Anyways, we'll continue on with the video. So the next deck here was basically a day of garage selling. I don't pick up a ton of DVDs normally, but I figured I'd pick up Fast Furious 1 to 7. They're 50 cents a piece. I already have 1 to 6 on DVD, so I figure I'll keep all the Blu-rays, and now I have 7. Couldn't really pass up the deal. 2 PS4 games. I believe they're $10 for both at the same sale. I like Tony Hawk. Apparently this doesn't have good reviews, I found out after, but I'll give it a try. And Dragon Ball, no idea about, but again, it was there, so I figured I might as well pick it up. Get this out of the way. So, one of the bigger things I bought was a Switch OLED. I'd be keeping my eye out on warehouse deals on Amazon again. I didn't like the white one as much, so I ended up going with the blue and red. Just waiting until one of them popped up. Ended up getting for $350, which is pretty cheap for an OLED. That's the main one I've been using now. I transfer all my saves from my Animal Crossing one. I'm going to keep that one as well because I like the Animal Crossing version. This is my main one, as I'm going to play it a lot in mobile and on TV, so I figure I get the nice screen one before I start getting a bunch of games loaded on and just do it right now. Up top, again, Amazon Warehouse deals. The Pro Controller, which is super, super nice. I really love the controller. It feels amazing in your hands. It's one of the better controllers I've used. I believe it was $60. They regularly go for $90, so that's a good deal. A couple extra Joy-Cons, figured I'd grab them. Just to have a couple extra if I want them. I like the blue and kind of neon yellow color. I think again it was $60 for the set. Pretty good deal. I think they normally go for 90 as well. We'll move on to this stack down here. These again these are all the same garage sale. Quite a while back now. It was the first garage sale buy of the year. Basic Xbox games were varying prices, but ended up being like $10 in total, I believe, for the Xbox games. Just wanted to seem interesting, figured I'd grab. Got more Blu-rays as well. The new Joker movie, and It Chapter 1 and 2. I think those were 3 for $10. Just a couple newer movies. I wanted to watch Joker again. I haven't seen It 2, so figured I'd grab them while I was there. And we're going to skip those. Go to our other Amazon warehouse deal. Metroid Dread Special Edition. Apologies. My video was interrupted again, this time by emergency alert. Possible tornadoes somewhere not in my area. Anyways, as I said, Metroid Dread Special Edition, Amazon warehouse deal. Packaging is a little bit damaged. See up there, down below, it's a little bit damaged. The insides were in perfect shape, never opened. Obviously, I just returned it because it was damaged. I believe this was $80 or $90. This has been quite a while since I got this, but there it is. The one thing that did happen, though, is... Again, I expected damage because that's what they describe. However, they put their stickers all over the packaging, which the packaging is part of the value because it's a collectible, right? So as you can see, there's a bunch of residue from their sticker. I tried peeling it off, but couldn't get it really off nicely. I messaged them. They ended up refunding me about $60 for it. So, at the end of the day, I got it super cheap. Even though it is a little bit damaged, that's alright. I'd rather get it a little bit damaged, pay it cheap, and then instead of buying it brand new, so... It's good with me, it just kind of sucks to keep putting their stickers all over. It's happened with numerous other things, so it's kind of unfortunate. So, as I said in my last video, I've still been looking for Pikmin 1 and 2, and I ended up finding them. After that, I started putting like a watch list on eBay for both of them, and I ended up finding Pikmin, Player's Choice Edition, but that's alright with me. For I believe it was $65 shipped. It's in nice shape, has a manual, just a solid copy of Pikmin for a pretty decent deal. Seems like it's usually 80 to 100, somewhere around there, maybe a little bit more for a super nice copy, but this one's a pretty nice shape, so I'm happy with that. Then not terribly long later, locally I found Pikmin 2. Just happened to pop up on Marketplace, I think. Snagged it right up for, I believe, $80, which is pretty good, because I think Pikmin 2 goes for a little bit more. Yeah, it's complete in nice shape. So those are two games that I had been hunting for quite a while now, and I'm super happy to have them. So that's basically most of the pickups there. Let's go over and take a look at the shelf. So basically what's different is mainly this shelf here. This one used to be all my DVDs. However, what happened is when I got the massive PS4 lot, I had them all jammed into here with my Switch games. But now that I have so many PS4 games, they just wouldn't fit. So I cleared this shelf out, which used to be mostly DS stuff. Put all my PS4 games in there. It's a little bit empty because they're all over there. But normally they would fill up this whole shelf pretty much in the back with a couple extras. So I basically moved the DS over here. Put some other things in this shelf. I moved my Wii and Wii U stuff over there. N64 games I put there because I need to fill an empty shelf. I also have a couple more Wii games now. These are just ones that were at my parents' that I forgot about, so I threw them on the shelf. So yeah, basically once I got the PS4 lot, I just had to make a little bit more room, move some stuff over there, put the PS4 in there. The Switch also does fill up this, at least one row. And basically I moved all my DVDs over to this shelf. I already had this shelf, but I figured I'd throw my DVDs on it. Switch down there, a couple other things. Just need more space, so I put my DVDs on that shelf. This stack games are just doubles and what I'm going to be selling on special. And some things I'm actually super stoked on picking up are some more First Four figures. I already had the Majora's Mask one, Light Up Eyes, they're not on right now. After that, I picked up the Lion's Shield, Legend of Zelda obviously. It's not the light up version. There is one that you can order directly from that has lights in here. I wanted to get that, but I just wasn't really paid extra $50+ for shipping and waiting longer. Got it through EB Games, $100, pretty good deal. And the boot blade, it's whatever. It's all as cool as it comes off the stand. It's got a magnetic back. It just stands on that little piece right there as a magnet in there. Super well detailed. It's really, really nice. And then you can just place it back on the stand. And the other one I got is Luigi's Mansion. There's also a different variation with the Polter Pop on there than the side, but I figured just get the smaller one, as I always really wanted a bigger Luigi's Mansion figure. It's super, super well detailed. I'm really, really stoked about it. Even the detail in the teeth, I had a pretty good laugh at. It's just such a nice figure. And it has this vacuum on the back and everything. It's really, really well detailed. I'm super happy about that, as I always really wanted a Luigi's Mansion figure. So, let's go back to the table. And now I will tell you why the Nintendo Switch Lite is gone. When I started filming the video last time, I was messaging with a guy who posted up a GameCube game for sale, hoping to trade the Switch for it. And I ended up trading the Nintendo Switch Lite, charger, the case, and Zelda Breath of the Wild for 2 GameCube games. The first one is Killer 7, which obviously somebody paid $50 for it. It seemed like it's probably worth around that. It is missing the manual, so without the manual, it's probably worth around that. So I always consider that trading this one for Breath of the Wild. Both this are in decent shape, so pretty good one. However, I also got Ribbit King. I honestly may have heard this before, but wasn't super familiar with it. But when it popped up, I mean, I'm getting really into the GameCube now, especially with Pikmin. I'm still looking for Chibi-Robo. I'm more interested in the higher-end games now. Just something I want to collect. So I traded the Switch Lite for this. It seems like on eBay it's running at least 200. Probably even over that, possibly 250 more if it's in super nice shape. This one's a pretty decent, just a little bit of scratching, but nothing crazy. As you can see, he used to sell for $15. He said he bought it from there, which used to be a local game store that unfortunately isn't around. But he said he bought it from there over a decade ago. Obviously it was sold at Value Village at one point. But other than some minor scratch on the disc, it's all complete. Has all the different manuals and inserts. I mean, that Switch Lite, I had it up for sale for $200, I think $220 for a while. It didn't get much bites. So I figured the Switch itself probably worth $160. This is worth easily over $200. So I think I came way on top on that trade. Got a really rare GameCube game. I mean, I can't be happier. So there's basically all the pickups over the last 4 months. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I'll maybe see you again.